بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم الحمد لله رب العالمين والصلاة والسلام على أشرف الأنبياء والمرسلين سيدنا ومولانا أبي القاسم المصطفى محمد وعلى أهل بيته الطيبين الطاهرين ولعنة الله على أعدائهم إلى قيام يوم الدين. Reaching Imam Hussein alayhi salam is done by understanding his bala. It's done by reaching and understanding his calamity and grieving truly for him. This is the night of Ashura. If you want to grieve for Imam Hussein alayhi salam, this is the night. Feel free if you feel like going into your heart and connecting to Imam Hussein during the majlis and crying. This is the night to cry. This is the night to grieve. Bala and calamity is the first thing that we talked about, and it's about understanding what Imam Hussein alayhi salam went through. Grieving and huzn. And the prophets and the Imams, had they grieved for Imam Hussein alayhi salam, how Imam Zaman grieves for Imam Hussein is what we talked about. Then we said you enter the camp of Imam Hussein, you want to become Husseini. You enter the camp of Imam Hussein with your mind, your body, your soul. Your mind is separating, is aware that the enemies of Allah, the enemies of Imam Hussein, their tricks, their world, their way that they live is something that we should oppose. And that we said that your heart has nifrat, is at war with the enemies of Imam Hussein. You don't allow them in your heart. And we said that your body, your tongue, your body, they do amr bil ma'ruf, they enjoy the good. And you try to reform society. This is a Husseini person. And that once somebody does these three steps, and these are from Ziyarat Ashura, inshallah, a person becomes Husseini, he connects to Imam Hussein, becomes a companion of Imam Hussein alayhi salam. Ziyarat Ashura is these three steps I mentioned are from Ziyarat Ashura. It's a beautiful ziyarat, and we just read it. It's from Imam Muhammad Baqir alayhi salam. It is said that this ziyarat is a cure. Those that are sick, those that have sick hearts, those that have sick bodies, Ziyarat Ashura is truly a cure. One of our ulama, Ayatollah Muhammad Hussein Fasharaki, he was a great alim. He lived in Samirra. Maybe you have visited the shrine of Imam Hadi alayhi salam, Imam Hassan Askari in Samirra. He used to live there. He used to teach there. In Samirra, cholera, a bad disease, was spreading. And this is about 100 years ago, this story. A bad disease was spreading amongst the people in Samirra. Many people were becoming sick. So Ayatollah Fasharaki came to the ulama. He says, you accept my ijtihad, you accept my adalat, you accept my justice. I'm going to pass a hukm. I'm going to give a decree that everybody has to follow. You know the difference between a fatwa and you know the difference between a hukm. A fatwa is the ahkam that is in generally followed. But a hukm is specific and everybody has to follow it. He gave a hukm to save the people of Samirra. He says, for 10 days, it is wajib on everybody to recite Ziyarat Ashura for the mother of Imam Zaman. The mother of Imam Zaman, Hazrat Nargis Khatum, is buried in Samirra. Everybody followed. 10 days. Day number 1, they started Ziyarat Ashura. What happened day number 1? The first day, the sickness stopped. People were dying, they stopped dying. The first day. So much so that the Ahlul Sunnah, some say, in Samirra, they asked those that had Shia friends, they said, what happened? The Shias are not becoming sick anymore. They said, their alim taught them to recite Ziyarat Ashura. They said, let us recite it too. They recited it too, and they stopped becoming sick. So Ziyarat Ashura, The ziyarat of Imam Hussein cures. The shrine of Imam Hussein cures. Anything that is related to Imam Hussein cures. It cures our bodies and it cures our hearts. We ask you, Ya Hussein, tonight, may we inshallah give attention to this majlis tonight and cure our hearts. Cure the world. If only the world knew who Imam Hussein alayhi salam was. He is the cure for the world. We read in Ziyarat Ashura this great gift from Imam Muhammad Baqir that Shaykh Tusi and Misbah al-Mutahajjid brings this ziyarat from 1200 years ago, around 1200 years ago. وَأَسْأَلَهُ أَنْ يُبَلِّغَنِي الْمَقَامَ الْمَحْمُودَ لَكُمْ. We said that the final stage in reaching balag, grieving and aligning ourselves with Imam Hussein is reaching the status of being a praiseworthy station, having a praiseworthy station, Maqam al-Mahmud. And we said that position belongs to Imam Hussein, it belongs to the Prophet of Islam and the Ahlul bayt. It is the praiseworthy station. According to some of the narrations, it means intercession. According to other interpretations, it means ultimate closeness to Allah. And intercession is just one of those qualities from the station. But it's interesting, after we recite in Ziyarat Ashura, وَأَسْأَلَهُ أَنْ يُبَلِّغَنِي الْمَقَامَ الْمَحْمُودَ لَكُمْ عِنْدَ اللَّهِ. Then we read, وَأَنْ يَرْزُقَنِي طَلَبَ ثَارِي مَعَ إِمَامٍ هُدًى ظَاهِرٍ نَاطِقٍ بِالْحَقِّ مِنْكُمْ. Then this line, and we bestow upon me the chance to take my own vengeance with a leader of true guidance who is divinely sustained and expressing the truth from among you. Who is that infallible leader? It is the 12th Imam, Imam Mahdi Ajalallah Ta'ala Faraja. Please recite his salawat. So after you say, give me the Maqam al-Mahmud, the praiseworthy station that Imam Hussein alayhi salam has, and connect me to him, the next line is, allow me to avenge the death of Imam Hussein with the infallible Imam. This is the connection between Ashura and Imam Mahdi. This is the core of tonight. Imam al-Zaman, the true griever for Ashura, the true person that is qualified, that is musab, he is afflicted by the pains of Ashura. Why? Because he can see Ashura. We read about it. We understand a little bit from our limited ma'rifat through nuraniyat, our limited presence, understanding through light. We have a limited amount, but Imam Zaman is nur, he is light. That's why tonight, brothers and sisters, as we weep for Imam Hussein, on one side you cry for Imam Hussein, you also call Ya Mahdi. This is the night of the 12th Imam also. Just how the night of Qadr, Laylatul Qadr, and we said in the surah, Suratul Qadr, the surah of power or decree. It is the surah that we say the angels descend upon the 12th Imam, the infallible Imam, and it is the surah or chapter of the 12th Imam. Because it was the surah before of the Prophet, and the Prophet gave it to Imam Ali, then the Imam Hassan, and after that now it is the surah of the 12th Imam, Imam Mahdi. Laylatul Qadr, the core of Laylatul Qadr were the descensions of the angels. We ask, whose heart do the angels descend? To the 12th Imam. Now we ask, on the night of Ashura, who truly is grieving for Imam Hussein? In the Quran we read this verse, الَّذِينَ إِذَا أَصَابَتْهُمْ مُصِيبَةٌ قَالُوا إِنَّا لِلَّهِ وَإِنَّا إِلَيْهِ رَاجِعُونَ. It's a very famous verse. Those that have a musibat for them, it's أُولَٰئِكَ عَلَيْهِمْ صَلَوَاتُ اللَّهِ مِنْ رَبِّهِمْ وَرَحْمَةٌ أُولَٰئِكَ هُمُ الْمُهْتَدُونَ. Those that have musibat, those that have calamity, the Quran says what afflicts them, what comes to them? Rahmat and salawat min rabbihim. From their Lord, blessings and mercy shower upon them. Those that have afflictions, those that have pains, mercy and rahmat of Allah has for those that have sabr and have patience. Who is truly grieving for Imam Hussein? It's Imam Mahdi. Therefore, showering is the rahmat And showering is the salawat of Allah on Imam Mahdi. And then from him, this rahmat and blessing comes to the Shias and the followers of the Ahlul bayt. He is the center where the showering of the rahmat of Allah is tonight. So tonight, let's rise and let's think about our connection to the 12th Imam, and also with how we can understand him. In some of the ziyarats, it says about the way that he cries for Imam Hussein. You've heard of Ziyarat Ashura, which is attributed to Imam Mahdi. It says in this ziyarat, فَلَئِنْ أَخَّرَتْنِي الدُّهُورُ وَآغَنِي عَنْ نَصْرِكَ الْمَقْدُورُ. And if I was hindered by the course of time, he says, and Allah's decree has prevented me from helping you, he could not help Imam Hussein, because it is the decree of Allah for him to be in occultation. وَلَمْ أَكُنْ لِمَنْ حَارَبَكَ مُحَارِبًا. And I cannot fight those that fight you. Ya Hussein, he's talking to Imam Hussein, I cannot fight those that fight you. وَلِمَنْ نَسَبَ لَكَ الْعَدَاوَ مُنَاصِبًا. And I cannot be able to show hostility to those that showed you hostility, the enemies of Imam Hussein. Because I cannot do this, I cannot avenge your death. فَلَأَنْدُبَنَّكَ صَبَاحًا وَمَسَاءً. Therefore I will cry day and night. I will cry day and night for you, Ya Hussein. This is attributed to the 12th Imam in Ziyarat Ashura, that because he cannot get to avenge Imam Hussein, he cannot help him, then I will cry for you day and night. وَلَأَبْكِيَنَّ عَلَيْكَ بَدَعَ الدُّمُوعِ دَمَعًا. And instead of tears, if my tears run out, I will cry blood. This is like the narration from Imam Rida alayhi salam, that Ya Hussein, your musibat has injured our eyelids. Because they see Karbala, they see Ashura, they see the reality. It is much deeper. There's much more in Ashura than we see. But the 12th Imam, he sees it and he cries blood. Then it says, حسرة عليك وتأسفا على ما دهاك وتلهفا. Out of my anguish for you and my sorrow for that befell you, I will cry until I meet death from the pain of the catastrophic and choking grief. So this is the musibat and the feelings of Imam Zaman tonight. He is truly the lover of Imam Hussein. He is the true weeper and mourner of Imam Hussein. He is qualified to cry for Imam Hussein. So we ask you, Ya Mahdi, inshallah, may you also take a look at our majlis. We have a great cause tonight also to build a place for the followers of the Ahlul bayt. Ya Mahdi, we ask you sincerely, may you help us in accomplishing this goal. Please give us salawat. One of the people and one of the lovers of Imam Mahdi, it was his goal to reach and see Imam Mahdi. Maybe 19 times he went to Hajj to meet the 12th Imam, to meet Imam Mahdi. And out of these 19 times, the 20th time was when he finally met him. It is in a hadith from, his name is Ali ibn Mahziyar Ahwazi. He goes to Hajj to meet the 12th Imam for the 20th time. What happens there? He meets one of the companions of the 12th Imam, and he asks him, and he finds out who he is. He says, Man ladhi turid ya Abul Hasan. His name was Abul Hasan. He says, Al-Imam al-Mahjub an al-Alam. I want the Imam that's hidden from the world. Then he says something very interesting, and this is what we're going to talk about tonight. ما هو محجوب عنكم ولكن حجبه سوء أعمالكم. He is not hidden from you, you are hidden from him. Your actions have caused you to be hidden from him. So on such a great night, the night of Ashura, the night of attaching ourselves to Imam Hussein, which is the ultimate joy of the believers. And we mentioned the narrations in heaven that nothing is like the love of Imam Hussein in heaven. What can we do to connect to Imam Mahdi tonight? What can we do to connect to Imam Hussein tonight? It might not necessarily be intellectual through rationality. It might necessarily not be emotional. It will be done tonight, inshallah, through nur, through light. And this is called understanding the Imams through light. This is an important discussion, and because it is the night of Ashura, I think it is important that tonight, in such a night, we have more of a chance to understanding this and experiencing this. That you connect to Imam Mahdi, you connect to the Ahlul bayt through nur, through light. Let's give a salawat. Let me tell you a story first to open up this topic. And we said that the end of this journey, the spiritual journey, we said we reach Imam Hussein. And when you reach Imam Hussein with the nur, with light, it has immense pleasure, immense sweetness. Imam Hadi alayhi salam was in Medina. His father, Imam Jawad alayhi salam, was in Baghdad. Someone comes to meet Imam Hadi in this narration, the 10th Imam, and says to him, Inna lillah wa inna ilayhi raji'un. Mother Abu Ja'far, the Imam says. He says, فَقِيلَ لَهُ وَكَيْفَ عَرَفْتَ. How did you know your father has passed away? He's in a different city, he's far away from you. How did you know? This narration is in Al-Kafi. He says, قَالَ لَأَنَّهُ تَدَاخِلَنِي إِلَّةٌ لِلَّهِ لَمْ أَكُنْ أَعْرَفُهَا. There is a dhillah, a humility, a burden that came upon me from Allah that I didn't feel this before. From this feeling, I knew that I was the Imam, because he is the Imam of the age now, Imam Hadi. His father has passed away, Imam Jawad alayhi salam. From this feeling, from this, we call this ma'rifat through nur, he understands that he's the next Imam. And it's interesting, look at this narration if you think about it. What does the narration say when he gets power, he becomes the Imam of the age? It says dhillah, humility. Not necessarily does power always corrupt. Those that have sharaf, those that have honor, power makes them more humble. So Imam Hadi alayhi salam, becoming the next Imam, he feels this humility, this burden on him. This is called ma'rifat through nuraniyat. Understanding the Ahlul bayt because they are nur, they are light, through this connection. And this is something you've all felt. This is something you felt and has brought you to the majlis of Imam Hussein. It has brought maybe 20 million people in Arba'een that will come, and maybe more. It is that nur, that light. They see nur, so they come. So Imamat means nur. If you want a definition of Imamat means nur. The Imams were nur. They were the source of nur. We need nur. We need light. How come sometimes we feel very bad? We don't feel right. It is because we don't have nur. The more you have nur, the more you have this connection, you feel better. What kind of feeling do you have in the shrine of Imam Hussein, those that have went? What kind of feeling do you have in the Rawda and Musibat and Majlis of Imam Hussein? You feel very good, even though there's Musibat and grief. This is because of the nur. What kind of feeling do you have when you see a good brother or good sister? You feel calm with them. You feel great about them. This is because of nur. And the opposite, the more you bring this faculty, the more you bring this attribute in you, the more darkness you see in somebody, you don't feel right. This is called ma'rifat through nur. In our ziyarat, it says, خَلَقَكُمُ اللَّهُ أَنْوَارًا. Look at Ziyad Jami Kabira. Allah has created you as lights. The Imams are lights. فَجَعَلَكُمْ بِعَرْشِهِ مُهْدِقِينَ, and had placed you around His arsh Then he brought these lights down for us, this nur down for us. حَتَّى مَنَّ عَلَيْنَا بِكُمْ. He has given us a great favor for you, the Ahlul Bayt, to come to this world. They were nur around the arsh or throne of Allah, that Allah gave a great favor for them to come to us. This nur of the Ahlul Bayt, brothers and sisters, has sweetness. And we talked about happiness being eliminating pain and maximizing joy. Well, one of those great joys that many people don't know about, the world doesn't know about, is connecting to light and nur. It is sweet. Look at this narration from Imam Sadiq. This is one of the narrations. If you want to write down a narration or understand a narration tonight, it is this. Imam Sadiq alayhi salam, Basairu Darajat, a great book about Imamat, and it's a hadithi book. فَمَنْ عَرَفَ مِنْ أُمَّةِ مُحَمَّدٍ صَلَّى اللَّهُ عَلَيْهِ وَسَلَّمَ وَاجِبَ حَقِّ إِمَامِهِ. Imam Sadiq alayhi salam says, whoever understands the wajib part of Imamat, the obligatory part of Imamat, the institution of Imamat, it says here, وَجَدَ تَعْمَ حَلَاوَةِ إِيمَانِهِ. There he tastes ta'am, wajaba ta'ama halawati imani. He tastes the sweetness of his faith. Whoever understands what is wajib in imamat, he tastes the sweetness in faith. Imamat, Imam Hussein, Imam Mahdi are nur, and that nur, when it reaches us, it is sweet. But what happens if Islam is practiced without the Ahlul Bayt? It is bitter. And sometimes it causes people, and you saw, and I mentioned this in history, or even in present times, those that force themselves the wajibat and muharramat, and they don't have the nur of the Ahlul Bayt. It causes them darkness, because they are the nur. And therefore they will commit crimes and treasons and treachery that maybe even non-Muslims won't do. Right? Because they are separated from the nur of the Ahlul Bayt. So the nur, understanding imamat is sweet, as says Imam Sadiq. It's sweet. That is why when you cry for Imam Hussein tonight, and you remember Imam Hussein, is this one of the greatest feelings that you might have. I remember one of my teachers, when I first went to the Islamic seminary, and I first went to Tehran, he was saying how the best nights of his life were the nights of the martyrdom of the Imams that we would commemorate in the Hawza. He says when he first came to the Hawza, when we would hit ourselves and cry, we'd turn off the lights. He says that was the best, those were the best nights of my life. And maybe you, brothers and sisters, every person, this was about my teacher. Each person think, when were the sweetest nights of your life? Is it when you're in the shrine of Imam Hussein? Was it when you're in the shrine of the other Imams? Because their light and their nur is sweetness. It is a pleasure, an enjoyment that we said that you see all the pleasures in heaven, but you want to talk to Imam Hussein. The Huris come, but you want to talk to Imam Hussein. We need light, we need nur. We need actually to see the Imam, to see Imam Mahdi, to talk with him, to benefit from his nur. We are benefiting from his nur behind, like the sun, how we benefit behind the clouds. But directly speaking to him, we need that. And in the day of Ashura, one of the griefs we have is that we are deprived of this nur of being able to talk to and speak to and sit down with the 12th Imam. Once, Salman and Abu Dhar in this narration, they ask the same question. They ask the question about ma'rifat through nur. How can we understand something through nur? And they come to Amir al-Mu'mineen alayhi salam and they ask him in this narration. They come to him, they ask, what is understanding imamat through nur, through light? Imam Ali says, and I will, in this part of the hadith, Ya Salman, Ya Ibn Jundab. Ibn Jundab is another name of Abu Dhar. O Salman, O Ibn Jundab. And they said, قال لبيك يا أمير المؤمنين. We are listening, we are here. يا أمير المؤمنين. قال إنه معرفة الإمام بالنورانيات, understanding Imamat through Nur. إنه لا يستكمل أحد الإيمان حتى يعرفني كما معرفتي بالنورانية. Nobody understands, recognizes me and my Nur only until they understand it through ma'rifat bin nuraniyat. If you want to have true iman, if you want to have true faith, it is through understanding through Nur. Then فَإِذَا عَرَفَنِي بِهَذَا الْمَعْرَفَةِ فَقَدْ امْتَحَنَ اللَّهُ قَلْبَهُ لِلْإِيمَانِ. If you understand Imamat through Nur, through your soul, through your spirit, you understand. Not only through understanding, even though this is necessary, not only through crying in emotions, which is necessary, but through your Nur, this metaphysical connection that you have with the Imamat. Then it's Imam Ali says, فَامْتَحَنَ اللَّهُ قَلْبَهُ لِلْإِيمَانِ وَشَرَحَ صَدْرُهُ لِلْإِسْلَامِ, and his heart will be open for Islam. وَصَارَ عَارِفًا مُسْتَبْصِرًا, therefore his iman will be complete. So this is what we do, that in such a night we purify ourselves, we cry for Imam Hussein, we forgive, ask Allah to forgive our sins, and then inshallah with the nur that we have, we connect to the 12th Imam. We connect to Imam Hussein alayhi salam. And then the narration, this part I would like to read. Ya Salman, Ya Ibn Jundab, Ya Jundab, Qala labbaik ya Amir al-Mu'mineen. I believe his name was Jundab. Ma'rifatani bin Nuraniyya ma'rifatullah. Understanding Allah, understanding me with Nur is understanding Allah with Nur. وَمَعْرِفَةُ اللَّهِ عَزَّ وَجَلْ مَعْرِفَتَنِي بِالنُّورَانِيَّةِ. And understanding Allah is understanding me. My understanding is Allah's understanding. And reaching me is reaching Allah, and reaching Allah is reaching me through Nur. وَهُوَ دِينُ خَالِص. And it is true religion. This is pure religion. So brothers and sisters, we are understanding Imam Hussein alayhi salam, connecting to Imam Hussein through Nur, connecting to Imam Zaman through Nur. This needs purity. When you have wudu, you feel good, you have Nur. When you read the Quran, you have Quran in your house, this is Nur. All these things are light. And we need this for religion. Not necessarily as religion just about concepts that we talk about and accept. If somebody doesn't have Nur or light, the light of the Ahlul bayt, it says in the narrations, فَمَنْ قَصَّرَ عَنْ مَعْرِفَةِ ذَلِكَ فَهُوَ شَاكٍ مُرْتَابٍ. They will be in doubt. If you don't connect to Imam Zaman, if you don't connect to Imam Ali, if you don't connect, you will be in doubt. And this is why we have the majlis of Imam Hussein. To connect to Imam Hussein, this is the place, this is the time, this is the night of Ashura. What other time period do we have that is more important for connecting to Imam Hussein? Through the musibah, through tears, we increase our nur. We connect because Imam Hussein alayhi salam is nur. There's a story that once a group of people came to the Prophet of Islam. And they were pious people. The Prophet said that a group of pious people will come to explain this nur. And then when they came from Yemen. And the story goes like this. They came and they asked about, they very in good manners told the Prophet, inshallah you live a long life. But who will be your successor? And then the Prophet told him, because they were pious people, they were old people. Maybe older people can develop this. And the Prophet said to do this. Do you want to understand the next Imam after me? The next person, my successor? Walk in the rows. See who you feel is my successor. He told them their characteristics first. These are the correct characteristics. But they said, no, who is it? Who is your successor? It's okay, walk. Walk amongst the people, you will see. They kept walking, they see the first person, the second person, third person, they keep going. Then they see a person, they want to go forward, but their knees don't allow them to. And they ask, who are you? What is your name? He says, I'm Ali ibn Abi Talib. Salawatullah alayhi. So they come back to the Prophet and they say, is your successor Ali ibn Abi Talib? He said, how did you understand? How did you know? He said, we wanted to walk forward, but our knees wouldn't move. We couldn't move anymore. This is understanding through nur. This is understanding, inshallah, when the 12th Imam comes. And you see him, inshallah, through your nur. Because you've purified yourself, just like these Yemeni people. You have purified yourself. You have worshipped. You have become a servant of Allah. You have developed this. And then when you see him, you see that is him. You say, Labbaik ya Mahdi. Salawatullah alayhi. So this is the night of Ashura. It is the night of connection. It is why we have this majalis, so that we don't have doubt anymore. It is sweet. It is the best pleasure in the world to be connected to Imam Hussein and to have Imam Hussein as your master. And you've seen in history people that give up their arms, their limbs to visit Imam Hussein alayhi salam because of this nur. So the Ahlul bayt are nur, their speech is nur, their shrines are nur, their ziyarats are nur, and this nur gives shafa and cures us. And if you want to understand and be truly religious and not have doubt, it is with this nur. And this, after accepting with logic, you accept these concepts, it becomes ma'rifat now and understanding. Because you have nur. They say those that pass away, that death is so hard for them, that they ask after they're dead, who is Prophet Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam? They were Muslim, they said his name all the time, but they forget. They don't know. Who was he? Because it hasn't become nur or ma'rifat for us. Once you practice Islam, you understand the concepts logically and you act upon them, you develop nur, connecting with the Ahlul Bayt, then these beliefs will become ma'rifat and understanding for you. Then when you pass away and die, they ask, who is this? Immediately your soul says, Ali ibn Abi Talib, Prophet Muhammad. You talk about Imam Hassan, Imam Hussein, all the Imams. So tonight we can connect, inshallah, and later on after Muharram, we purify ourselves, we get this nur from the majalis of Imam Hussein, from crying for Imam Hussein, from the ziyarat of Imam Hussein. And again, what Allamah Amini, one of the great scholars, he has said something important about tonight. He says, because we understand that Imam Mahdi is truly grieving for Imam Hussein, he understands the true bala of Imam Hussein. He says, give sadaqah on, for example, such a night of Ashura, because Imam Zaman's heart is in pain. Because Zaman's heart is in pressure. You give sadaqah, it removes bala, it helps him. Every dua in this world, don't think that, what is my dua, what is my sadaqah, how is it going to help Imam Mahdi? They say every dua, if it's genuine, it will have an effect. If you don't do dua, some other creation will, but that dua will have an effect. So tonight is the night of sadaqah, tonight is the night of charity. You want the majlis of Imam Hussein to stay. You want the majlis of Imam Hussein, his message to spread. So donate, inshallah, for this masjid that we're having. Donate because this is the path of Imam Hussein. This is for Imam Zaman. Do it for behalf of the 12th Imam. As sadaqah for his heart. They came to one of the Imams. They came to Imam Baqir alayhi salam, Abi Ja'far al-Baqir. They said, why don't you rise? Sometimes we're Husseini and we say, let's rise and let's help the cause of the Ahlul Bayt. They said, why don't you rise? You have so many people in Kufa that will follow you, that will help you. Then he asks this question, he says, the brothers, do they take money from each other's wallets? Do they share their money? Are they so close? Is this community so close that money is nothing for them? They share. If somebody wants something, he just reaches in their brother's wallet and takes it. They said no. Then he says this sentence. قَالَ فَهُمْ بِدَمَائِهِمْ أَبْخَلْ. If they are stingy on their money, they will be more stingy for their blood. If we say we are going to help Imam Zaman in his cause, and we say, oh, Imam Hussein, I'll give my blood for you, but I'm not willing to open my pocket, my money, we understand it's not true understanding. It is not true nur. The followers, the companions, the last stage of reaching Maqam al-Mahmud, there are those that in the ziyarats say they will sacrifice themselves, their parents, their money, their family, all for Imam Hussein alayhi salam. And money is nothing. We're talking about blood for Imam Hussein alayhi salam. So those lovers of Imam Hussein, inshallah, in such a holy night, let's let the message of Imam Hussein spread. Let's inshallah help and do our duty in life, which is one duty we have, to help expedite the return of the 12th Imam and to help his cause, which is the avenger of Karbala. Help his cause, inshallah, build masajids, build centers, and spread the message of Imam Hussein alayhi salam. Let's give a salawat. If you can dim the lights. Brothers and sisters, please pray for one another tonight. Please pray for me. Please pray for all the sick, our family members that have passed away. Pray for the masjid that we're going to build, the center. We'll do it through sincere dua. Inshallah, Imam Zaman will sign it tonight. It will be a decree that Imam Zaman will sign. The night of Ashura, we said the core of it is Imam Zaman, because he is grief, and the core of grief is Imam Zaman crying for Imam Hussein. But also, brothers and sisters, what happened tonight? All the other rosas and musibats that I read, they were not for that actual night. For example, when we read for Hazrat Abbas, Ali Akbar, in reality, they have not been martyred yet, because the day of Ashura, they become martyred. But the maqtal that I'm going to recite tonight applies to the 10th. We're going to actually take ourselves to the camps of Imam Hussein in such a night 1400 years ago. What happened? What is happening in the camps of Imam Hussein? Before we start, let's give a salam to Imam Hussein. Let's together, before we're going to give a salam to Imam Hussein while he and his family members are alive. Because tomorrow when you give a salam to Imam Hussein, they will be butchered and martyred. Let's give this salam to the followers of Imam Hussein while they are alive and to their kids. Assalamu alayka ya Aba Abdullah wa ala al-arwah allati halat bifana'ik عليك مني سلام الله أبدا ما بقيت وبقي الليل والنهار ولا جعله آخر العهد مني لزيارتكم السلام على الحسين وعلى علي بن الحسين وعلى أولاد الحسين وعلى أصحاب الحسين. Tonight is the night that the companions of Imam Hussein get separated. Some of them are unqualified and they leave. Some of them are qualified and they stay. It is the night of Qadr, in a meaning that it is the night of the decree of the companions. Maybe it is the night of decree for us to see who is truly Husseini and who truly isn't, because they had to deserve to be killed with Imam Hussein. They had to deserve it. Imam Hussein, in such a night, two people come to him, and this maqtal is in Tabari, in Al-Kamil fi al-Tarikh, Al-Bidaya wal-Nihaya, Al-Irshad, Al-Luhuf. It says two people come, Al-Dhahak ibn Abdullah al-Mashraqi Malik ibn al-Nadhr, they come to Imam Hussein and they say this to him. They give him salams, and Imam Hussein alayhi salam gives him salams, welcome. Basically ask him, what do you want? And they say that, وَنَدْعُ اللَّهَ لَكَ بِالْعَافِيَةِ, we ask you afiyah, Ya Hussein. We want you to be healthy. We want you to have afiyat. وَنُحْدِثَ بِكَ عَهْدًا وَنُخْبِرَكَ خَبَرَ النَّاسِ, and we want to tell you something. We have some news to tell you. What is the news they're going to tell Imam Hussein? He already knows. But what is the news? وَإِنَّا نُحَدِّثُكَ أَنَّهُمْ قَدْ جَمَعُوا عَلَى حَرْبِكَ. People have gathered to martyr you, Imam Hussein. They have gathered around you to martyr you. فَرَا رَأْيُكَ. So what is your opinion? What are you going to do? Then Imam Hussein says, حَسْبِيَ اللَّهُ وَنِعْمَ الْوَكِيلُ. Allah is sufficient for me, and He is the best disposer of affairs. Then he tells them, مَا يَمْنَعُكَ مِن نُصْرَتِي. How come you don't help me? How come you two people don't come to help me? We explained that Imam Hussein is not asking for help. He is the son of Ali ibn Abi Talib. He has the power of the conqueror of Khaybar. He wants to help them. He doesn't need help. There they say, one of them, Malik ibn al-Nadhr, says, Alayya dayn. I have dayn. I have debt. I can't help you, Hussein. Wali ayal. I have family. I have people that I need to feed. The other, the narrator, Dhahak, says, Inna alayya daynan wa inna li ayal. I also have debt, I also have money, I also have family members that I need to feed. They were attached to the world. So this is the night of separation. He says, I have attachments, I have ta'alluqat. I'm attached to the world, I can't help. Those that are Husseini, they view death as sweet, as qasim. And then Imam Hussein alayhi salam, he removes bay'at and turns off the lights, they say, so that whoever wants to can leave Imam Hussein. This is the final night. He says, they have things, they're looking for me, but after me, they're not going to bother you. If you want to leave, for example, leave. There, his companions, first his family members, and his companions, they have great statements that are recorded in Shia Sunni sources. They say, they express their love and their loyalty for Imam Hussein. First, it was the family of Imam Hussein. When Imam Hussein says this, they say his brothers, his sons, his nephews, they say, we shall never do this. We'll never remove our allegiance. How can we remain alive after you, Hussein? May Allah never cause this to happen. And in the Maqtal it says, Hazrat Abbas was the first person that proceeded in saying this from the family of Imam Hussein. Hazrat Abbas says, how can we live after you, Hussein? Then the Bani Aqil, look at the kindness of Imam Hussein. He says, Bani Aqil, you've already given one person. You've already given Muslim. He is a martyr from your family. That is sufficient for you. He says, I permit for you to go away. You can go away if you want. Then they replied, glory be to God. What will the people say? Will they say, we have forsaken our chief, our master, and our cousin, who is the best cousin, and that we did not shoot an arrow alongside him. We did not thrust a spear. We did not strike our swords beside him. And we would not know what to do in regarding to this accusation. So they don't believe. Then it's the time of the companions of Imam Hussein. Muslim ibn Awsajah, one of the old people that was a companion of Imam Hussein. Just like Habib ibn Madahir. These two great people, it says that in history, it is said that people kept entering the armies. Army of Yazid kept growing and growing and growing, and the children of Imam Hussein were just looking at this army, and they're seeing how it's expanding and expanding. But then two people come, two old people, two sheikhs, old. Habib ibn Madahir comes and Muslim ibn Awsajah come. There they say that, it is said that Lady Zainab, salamullah alayha, she sends a person, one of the children of Imam, one of the Ahlul bayt, he sends them to Habib ibn Madahir and sends salam to him. Now they have entered the camp of Imam Hussein. Habib ibn Madahir says, "Who am I? The daughter of Ali ibn Abi Talib, give salam to me." So Musa ibn Awsaja and Habib ibn Madahir, true companions of Imam Hussein, he says this, he says, then Musa ibn Awsaja rose. He said, "Shall we forsake you? Then when we go to the presence of the Almighty, what excuse shall we present in Him regarding the fulfillment of your rights? No, by Allah, I shall pierce this lance of mine in the hearts of the enemies," he says, this old man. "And I shall strike them with my sword until its hilt remains in my hand, and if no weapons remains with me to fight, I shall attack them with stones." Then Zuhair ibn Qayn, he then says, he says, "By Allah, I hold dear that I should be killed, then made to arise, and then killed again, and this should happen to me 1,000 times. And thus Allah, the Mighty, the Sublime, may defend you and your family from being killed. If I would be martyred 1,000 times, I would be martyred for you, Hussein." And then Qasim ibn Ali and of the Maqtal says, "What about me, Hussein?" He is the orphan of Imam Hassan alayhi salam. He says, "Well, will I be among those that will be martyred? Am I included in the list of the martyrs?" Imam Hussein tells his nephew, "Oh my dear son, how do you consider death, martyrdom in the way of Allah to be near?" Qasim says, "It is sweeter than honey." Therefore, Imam Hussein alayhi salam, on such a day, he is giving salams. It is the night of worship. They begin to worship Allah. The true companions stay with Imam Hussein. But tomorrow, when you come here, brothers and sisters, these people will be all martyred. Tomorrow, Imam Hussein will be alone. These companions will not be with Imam Hussein. As we read in Ziyarat Ashura, قد عجبت من صبرك ملائكة السماوات, and the heavens were astonished by your patience. فاحدقوا بك من كل الجهات, and you, Hussein, were surrounded by all sides. These companions, Musa ibn Awsaja, Habib ibn Madahir, the Ahlul bayt that followed him, his family members, Qasim, everybody is martyred, and he is surrounded by all sides. وَثْخَنُوكَ بِالْجَرَاحِ, weakened by the inflicting wounds. They hit Imam Hussein arrows and axes and swords. وَلَمْ يَبْقَ لَكَ نَاصِرٌ, and you had no helper remaining. تَذُبُّ عَنْ نِسْوَتِكَ وَأَوْلَادِكَ, defending your women and children. There it says in Ziyarat Ashura something that is not in other maqtals. What does it say? حَتَّى نَكَسُوكَ عَنْ جَوَادِكَ, until they caused you, Hussein, to fall from your horse. They hit you so much you fell from your horse. Ya Abu Abdullah, فَحُوَيْتَ إِلَى الْأَرْضِ جَرِيحًا, you fell to the ground wounded. تَطَوْكَ الْخُيُولِ بِحَوَافِرِهَا, horses trampled you with their hooves. This is something that's not in other maqtal. We heard that Imam Hussein's body was trampled with horses after he was dead. And this ziyarat attributed to Imam al-Zaman is saying, while Imam Hussein was alive, he was trampled by horses. Sallallahu alayka ya Aba Abdullah, Sallallahu alayka ya Aba Abdullah, Sallallahu alayka ya Aba Abdullah.